Hello and welcome to Outdoors for Adventure. In this video, I'm going to share my adventure as we run to a WMA area or wildlife management area in Arkansas. And the reason I'm heading out there is because a guy marked some of the trails as permanently closed. And I've run into this with this particular person on other trails that he marks permanently closed, unless he has documentation or he knows something that he needs to share with everybody else. Permanently closed may not be the best trail report to put on the onX Off-Road app. I would go with temporarily closed. Gate can be shut and locked in a WMA or a National Forest area for many reasons, but it doesn't particularly mean that road or trail is permanently closed. And chances more than likely are that it is not permanently closed, but temporarily closed for some reason or another. And that option is on the trail reports. You don't have to put permanently closed on a locked gate just because that gate's shut and locked, unless you have proof that you can show and documentation that that road is permanently shut or closed down. Then understand permanently closed. So we're going to run out there. They may be shut. These particular trails do run up to camping areas for hunters, and it quite possibly could be temporarily closed due to hunting season is not going on right now. But like I said, there could be many reasons. I did check the website and I didn't see anything that said anything about any permanent closures. So I'm just going to go and document the roads that are supposed to still be travelable or open. And then if we run up to these gates, we'll find out if they're open or closed. And I will put a trail report as temporarily closed, because in my research, I have not found anything that says that the trails are permanently closed. So I just want to kind of document what I'm doing as a trail guide for onX Off-Road. We don't just go map the trail and then we're done. Turn it into onX, get it published on the site, and then we're done. I would say the majority of us keep an eye on the trail reports on the trails that we post. And if we see an issue or a problem, a lot of times we'll go and check it out. If it's something we can clear up, we will. Like I said, I'd spent quite a bit of time researching. Now, I will say that on another trail that was marked permanently closed, I even called the guy that run the area that was supposed to be over that area. And he told me he didn't know, he didn't have any information on the area, and that he called me back. I tried contacting him again, but he never got back a hold of me. So I don't know. I did go out to that particular trail, and I mapped another trail. So if that gate is ran into and it's shut and locked, you can continue on and get out of that area. So, not a big deal. I would assume that gate also is a temporary closure, not a permanent closure. But anyway, we're on I-30 headed east into Arkansas, deeper into Arkansas, and we're going to see what we find. And I always have a problem pronouncing this WMA, but it's Bios des Arcs WMA. I think it's Lester 3. I'll take a picture of the sign when we get there. But anyway, stay tuned. Got a turtle crossing the road right there. Now, when you enter this road, it says dead end, but it just comes up into this area. But I'm not going to film all this road. I've got all this on my YouTube channel, different videos, so you can go check those out. But we're going to try to go up to where this closed gate is, see if it's still closed, see if there's any signage stating it's permanently closed. Okay, this is in Dr. Lester Sitz 3, Beauce d'Arc, Wildlife Management Area. See the current regulation pamphlet for hunting and regulation, stay on maintained roads. And you can see that this gate here is shut and locked. And I imagine this opens up when it cools down, hunting season opens back up. Same as this road over here. Now I don't have these mapped. I've just got the main road map till we get further in. And for all I know, this could be some new areas, but it looks like the gate's been there a while. You see they do some forestry in these areas. There's a water creek running back on that side of the road. It's a ways back over there. And this is the main road that's mapped on the Onyx Off-Road site. There is dispersed camping up in here, and you can get a permit. Hang on, Remington, back this way. Remy. Let him out to tinkle. But there is dispersed campsites out in this area, and you can get on their website, and I believe it's a $5 permit for camping. But all the information is on their website. I do believe that their information is lacking in some aspects as to what areas are closed, what gates will be locked, and stuff like that. At least I didn't find it. And there very well could be information saying that from such and such date to such and such date, these areas are closed down. I don't know. But as far as being permanently closed, I'm going to say no. Temporarily closed, yes. But we're going to go on down and do a little more exploring. Okay, as you can see here, there's another lock gate. And I don't have that mapped. We're still on the main road that I did map. And if you come on the other side of the road, there's another lock gate over here. Okay, I do think I have that mapped. Okay, I do have both of these mapped, and they are locked, but they're not permanently shut down. These are just temporarily shut, probably for the season. This is a wildlife management area, and they manage wildlife in here, so there's a chance you can run into locked gates. The main road looks like it's been freshly graveled and in good shape. Okay, we have another lock gate here. We're still on the main road. So far the main strip through here has been open, which on the first part of this, people actually live on it. And there's a grass company behind us quite a ways. But you can still come out here on these roads right here and do some exploring. And if you like bird watching, which I do, there's all kinds of areas you can look for birds. There is some private property out in here. So all this is private property. Big chicken farm right there. Red River Farms. The road I'm driving now is a guided trail on Onyx Off-Road that you too can follow. when the gates are open, you can explore those other areas. Let's see, I went straight here, but there's another road that way. We're going to keep going the way I have mapped. It looks like I went to the right up here. You'd also go left. Okay, so we turned around at the lock gate right here. We didn't get far from Highway 67 at all. And it just looks like they've shut all these gates, I'm assuming for summer. And I'm assuming it's going to open back up closer to hunting season. On their website, it talks about birding and dispersed camping and all that stuff. And you don't just have to come out here and hunt. But undoubtedly, they don't want you doing it during the summer months, because the majority of all the gates are closed. Even this main road going into this section, it just goes through the private property part, and then you hit the gate at the WMA. So you're not going to get in there on this section. The other one, there's chicken houses and chicken farms down that road, so they keep it open for all those people to get to work. And you can get back in there quite a ways, but you're still going to have to turn around and come back out the same way you went in, because all the offshoots where all the camping and stuff is closed off right now. I'll do more research on their website and see if I can't find more information out about when the gates open. Okay, so we didn't make it far at all up this one before we came to a closed gate. And let me show you here. We only made it from 67 to right there. But there is some pretty cool stuff on down in here. But it looks like we're not going to get to go explore it because the gates are shut. And I do think these open up about time hunting season opens back up. But I didn't find any dates on their website. But I do know you can come in here and disperse camp. You can bird watch. You don't just have to come in here and hunt. So I guess they just don't want you in here during the summer. Okay, so I'm using onX to navigate us to our next spot. We're actually going to the little lake, and it'll take you to Spring Hill, Arkansas, and then you'll cut through. And as you can see, onX is showing me how far I have to go to turn, the name of the roads, and it's following me along the route. And where the blue line stops is where I had set it to navigate to. But if you come up to the WMA, this particular WMA, you're going on a quarter mile, turn slight right onto unnamed road. You're going to want to go ahead and come up here and check this out, because this is turn slight right onto unnamed road. Pretty cool. And we'll show you more when we get there. But I wanted to just show a bit of onX. Turn right onto continue on unnamed road for approximately 1.4 miles. So you can see onX does navigate on Android Auto and CarPlay. And we'll show you some pictures when we get there. This is the lake that I was saying we were headed to. We've been here a few times. A very pretty place. we're on the other side of the lake from where the gravel roads were in the WMA. This is Finger Point access. And as you can see, there's designated campsites. There's a boat ramp, pretty steep. Little docks you can walk out on, fish. Oh, he's taking that. A lot of these white birds. I'm just gonna go back. There's a nice camp spot back down there I was gonna head to. I think I'm gonna park up here because this is a campsite right here too. And check the lake out. Okay, we're out checking out the area. I said on down there in that circle, there's a really nice primitive campsite too. You can hear all the birds. Come here, Remy. Remy. Just those white birds everywhere here. Come on, Remy. There's one of those docks that you can go out on and fish. Now, there are alligators in here. So if you do come out to explore those gravel roads on the other side of the lake in the WMA, and you run into a bunch of gates because they're closed for the season, go ahead and run over here to past Spring Hill. There's a boat out on the waterway out there, and come to this what did I say it was? Finger Point access. Have a picnic, check out nature, because this is a beautiful place and it's well worth the stop. Notice it talks about that algae bloom. If you see it, keep your animals out of there. Don't swim in it. We got cypress trees. I would assume there's some pretty good fishing in this lake. Now you go back out of this little section here, which is gravel, and then you'll turn left and you can go up behind this dam on this other side, and there's also some dispersed camping up in there. But I have noticed they did a lot of paving, putting fresh asphalt down, so the road that I have tracked for the app may be asphalt now. If it is, I'll have to turn that in to Onyx. You never know. In my part of the country, it may be a dirt road or gravel road at the time that you're traveling it, and then the next day they could turn around and pave it. Gravel roads, dirt roads are constantly disappearing in our part of the country. This is a beautiful area. The fire pit right here. But we're going to jump back in the Jeep and go check out, make sure that road, if that road's paved, I'm going to have to submit that to Onyx. But like I said, this is a place that you want to come enjoy when you're in this area. Bois d'Arc Lake, Finger Point access. Here's another designated camping spot. This is on the road out of this section here. So this is the road leaving Finger Point access, where we were just at the lake, that I thought maybe was paved, but they paved the other direction, so this is still gravel. So I'll be able to report it as open, dusty, and it's still gravel. Looks like all the way to where I mapped it last time. We'll soon see that. Just a gravel road.